Hi Cross Stitch World. I'm Tracy, the Fresh Coast Stitcher, and today is Sunday, March 15th. Yes, Sunday, not Friday. Life's been a little bit out of control, a little bit crazy. Been gone for a little while. I kind of had a little bit of a butt baby meltdown, for lack of a better way to describe it. But I'm back. Things are good. I'm going to talk about cross stitch first, and then afterwards we can talk about the craziness of life. But I want to talk about the cross stitch first for those of you who are here specifically to see cross stitch stuff, and then you can just bail after that if you don't want to hear the other stuff. So I'm changing things up a little bit again because balance, right? We all need balance in our lives, and I was starting to severely lack that. I really enjoy new starts on my cross stitch projects. However, starting to get a little bit out of control having a new start every single Saturday, and it was starting to feel out of control. So and really expensive, you know. I'm not independently wealthy, and there's other things that I need to spend money on besides just cross stitch, although I would really like to buy all of the things. And I am going to still buy with my budget that I have set for myself every month. I'm still going to buy patterns, because the way I look at it is patterns might only be here for so long, and then they might be out of print. So if there's a pattern that I really love and I have a list, I'm gonna buy all the patterns so that I have them, and then I can get fabric and floss anytime. So that's my plan, and I've got 10 whips right now, and I think that's a good number for me. So I'm still gonna spin my tiny decisions wheel every Friday when I do my video. I'll be back to Fridays again next week, and then whatever comes up, I'll work on that throughout the week. And once I finish one of my 10 whips, then I will start a new project. With the exception of, I do have one exception. I'll have 11 whips after June, probably for a little while, because Tara, the 805 Stitcher, and I are going to be doing a stitch along for a peacock, a unicorn, and a badger in June. So regardless of whether I'm ready to start a new start then or not, I'm starting that because I'm really excited about it. So let's start with haul, because I have bought some stuff in the last couple of weeks. So sorry, I got my pile of stuff is over here. So I bought 2 new patterns. I got Emily's House, which I'm sure everybody has seen Emily's House, but I am super excited about this. This has been on my want list for a while. So I got that, and I got Octopus's Garden, which I'm also pretty excited about, and my cat's up here, so I'm just gonna apologize now if he's an asshole. So I discovered, so Octopus's Garden is by Blackbird Designs, and they did a magical mystery tour of 6. They made 6 patterns based on Beatles songs that she really liked. So there's Octopus's Garden, Blackbird, Strawberry Fields Forever, which is amazing, A Long and Winding Road, Yellow Submarine, Eleanor Rigby. I think that's it. I think that's 6. So those will be in my life. I need those in my life. So I'll be getting all 6 of those, or the other 5. And then, so sometimes my husband is getting to be a bad influence on cross stitch stuff, to show you on my iPad because I haven't been able to print it. But he was watching, or he happened to come in towards the end of when I was watching the newest episode of Erin, the 2 Martini Stitcher, and she just finished Hello Pumpkin. And I thought it was cute, but it wasn't something that I was like, oh my gosh, I have to have that. Well, he felt that I had to have it. He wants me to stitch this for him really badly. So I went out and bought Hello Pumpkin. So that's what it looks like. It's a PDF download, so I have it. Like I said, I just haven't printed it yet. But he saw that fox with the scarf, the hedgehog, the owl, and he needs that in his life. So did that. excuse me, I got a little bit of a sinus infection. Not COVID-19, not the flu, just a sinus infection. Let's talk about whips, since that was all in my haul. So the pile got a little bit out of order here, sorry. Okay, I started Map of Hawk Run Hollow, and that's what it looks like. And I am stitching this with Janet Jabber, super excited. And I just watched her video from this last week, and I'll show you in a minute, but I either start in the middle, or on bigger patterns like this that are several pages, I start in the upper right corner. She stitches in hand, and she starts on this side. So it'll be really fun to see the opposite of what I'm doing, if that makes sense. So Map of Hawk Run Hollow. And we don't have, I don't know if I'd actually call this a stitch along. We're just kind of stitching it together. Of course, if anybody else wants to join, they're more than welcome. But we don't really have any like goals or any of that kind of stuff set. It's just whatever. So that's how much I got done. And this is on 18 count Vintage Country Mocha, Aida. So I've started working on the bird. And it's a lot of fun so far. I've been so excited to start this. I think I mentioned in my last video that when I first started watching Flosstube videos, I saw somebody was stitching the shores of Hawk Run Hollow, which I'm also going to be getting in the near future. But, and I just love the entire Hawk Run Hollow series or line or whatever you want to call it. I love the whole thing. So I'd be willing to bet eventually I'll have that whole thing in my life too. Because, you know, why not have all the patterns? Like I said, I will have enough stuff to stitch forever. And then I really hope one of my grandkids really likes to stitch so that I have somebody to pass it all on to when I pass away, because I doubt I'm going to get it all done. But it's fun to try. So there's that. And then I finished, we'll get to finishes in a minute, but if you guys remember, I did a thing last time and designed that pattern. So I stitched that and finished it, and it was kind of in the middle of last week, and Tuesday night I think, and the Michigan presidential primary was last week, so it just felt appropriate to then stitch on Suffrage Act. So there is Suffrage Act, and I stitched on this, like I said, starting Wednesday for the week. And then I spun my Tiny Decisions wheel on Friday evening, even though I didn't record a video because I was being a butt baby. And Suffrage Act came up again. So I also worked on this all day yesterday. I'm trying to get it set here so I can show you guys. Worked on this all day yesterday, and it's a lot teenier than I thought it'd be. But that's how far I got. So you can see I am probably going to finish this today. Maybe tomorrow. We're going to go to the lake shore today, so maybe not today. But all I have left is these flowers and those bricks, and that's it. And this is done. And I'm not going to lie, I'm a little bit sad about it. This is a stitch along with Erin, the Two Martini Stitcher, stitching with the Sisterlies, and Michelle Bendy Stitchy, and the goal was to have it done by election day, and I am, for once in my life, well ahead of schedule, and this is so much fun to stitch that I'm kind of sad that I'm almost done with it. Look at that lady. I love her little shoes. This is stitched on something count Aida. I'm gonna say 18 or 22 count Aida that I tea-dyed. So that's been fun, and like I said, I'm kind of sad that it's almost done, but it is what it is. And then maybe, don't hold your breath, but maybe in the next couple weeks I'll have it fully finished. I'm really bad at fully finishing things. So then we're gonna kind of roll half whip, half finish. It's still a whip, but it's also kind of a finish. So this is the Linen and Threads Mystery Sample, Quaker Sampler Stitch Along. And I got the March drop done. So basically from here down was March. This is just white 18 or 22 count Aida, I don't even remember. And it's all stitched in DMC 924. And I am loving it. So, like I said, kind of a finish, still a whip, however you want to look at it. And now, this is super excited. The thing that I did, that pattern that I designed, the perspective is the key to happiness with my little whale. And you can see I'm not good at judging how much fabric I need for things. Even though I measured and I calculate, and I don't know, you guys, it doesn't, I always end up with more fabric than I need. But anyway, so there it is. I love this. Look at it way up close. You see the whale sparkle, the little birds. This is 18 count Aida that my husband Rit dyed for me, and I love it. That whale, you guys, that whale was a bitch to stitch. I'm not even gonna lie. So I used DMC Light Effects. You can see the sparkle maybe a little bit. And I love the way it looks, but that is not easy stuff to stitch with. And that whale doesn't look very big. That whale is big. He's big. That whale took longer to do than the whole rest of this put together. Probably. I think that whale took 3 days to stitch because that stuff is such a bitch to work with. So super excited about that though. So I need to fully finish that as well. I think I'm going to do that on Suffrage Act. I'll probably frame. This I think I'm going to do on a mat, some kind of mat board finish. Yeah. So plans. Like I said, I spun the Tidy Decisions wheel Friday evening. Suffrage Act came up. I posted that in my Instagram stories. It's probably gone now, but it was there Friday evening. That's going to be done soon, so that means I get a new start. So my new start is going to be this dimensions chart called Garden Charm. And I think I might stitch this for my mother-in-law. She loves flowers and springiness type things, and when I look at this, I think Bonnie. That is my mother-in-law, Bonnie, 100%. I took this out of the package to show you guys because of the glare and stuff, but there's little beads and charms that will go on this too, which will be fun because I've never done that before. And I'm going to stitch it on this piece of 22 count Aida that has been dyed a little bit. It's really wrinkly. Sorry, I'm not sure which side I want to stitch it on. Maybe this side. I have a hard time deciding sometimes, but I like that modeling that's in there. It's not too much, but I think it'll look really cool on that. So once I finish Suffrage Act, I'll start on that, and I'll just stitch on that for the rest of the week since I already spun and all that jazz. Yeah, so that'll be exciting. So I think that's it for cross-stitchy stuff. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's it for cross-stitchy stuff. So, we can talk about life. Oh my goodness, you guys. So, one of the reasons why I've gotten so much stitching done is because of good old COVID-19. What a nightmare. You know, when all this started earlier this year, and it was in China, mostly, it was like, wow, that's kind of scary. But it was so far away, you don't think about it. And then, you know, it started spreading. We had, they put into place at work probably a month and a half ago, because we're a global company, so a lot of people travel globally a lot. Put into place not a travel ban, but you know, only travel if necessary. And if you do travel outside of the country, when you come back, you have to self-quarantine for 14 days before coming in, type of a thing. One of my coworkers went to Malaysia, just came back into work for half a day before he was sent home, so that was great. Everything's fine. But yeah, so then, you know, that happened, and it was still like whatever. It's on the West Coast, a little bit scary, but it's so far away. It's in Michigan now, and it is spreading fast. So it started on Tuesday or Wednesday. I don't remember now. Everything's a blur. We had 2 cases in Michigan, and all of the colleges started freaking out. They all closed, went to like Michigan State, University of Michigan, all these Michigan Tech started closing, and just, you know, they're going to do virtual classes for the rest of the semester for a couple weeks. And then it started just exploding. And as of last night, we have 33 cases. I live in Kent County. Most of the cases are on the east side of the state in the Detroit area, which makes sense because it sounds like it came in through Detroit Metro Airport. We do have on the west side of the state where I am, I think we have maybe 6 cases, 3 of them in Kent County where I am, and they're pretty sure that there's way more people that have it than what they know, of course, because they were able to nail down that here in West Michigan, there were 4 restaurants that, there were 4 places that 1 or 2 of these people, 3 people went to while they were infected. So, I mean, really every single person that was in those restaurants or that came in contact with them was exposed. So it's much bigger. And then, you know, everybody was still kind of staying calm. It wasn't like, I don't know, it wasn't like mass hysteria or anything. And then Thursday we had, I don't even remember how many cases we had when, but Thursday, my company I work for made the decision that all employees who were non-essential to manufacturing, we're a manufacturing company, were to work from home on Friday, and then they're going to let us know more today what the plan is. But as of right now, because I kind of have the inside skinny, I know that we're expected to work from home all this next week too. And then our governor, late Thursday night, closed all schools until April 5th. And my kids have spring break the week after that. So Ezra's not going back to school until April 13th, I think. So he's off school for a month. And then, of course, there's been no communication about how that's going to be handled. Are they going to have to go to school until July now? We haven't heard anything from the school about sending homework for them to do. So they're not really set up to do virtual like the colleges are. So I'm not sure what's going to happen with that. So it's just chaos. We went to, Kelly and I went to Aldi and Meijer, our local grocery store, on Friday to just get, you know, last minute things like some extra meat, macaroni and cheese, stuff like that, milk that we can have in the house to get us through a couple weeks if we need to. People are crazy. People are insane. Somebody stole a lady's cart at Aldi's. There's people everywhere. People had their carts just like loaded. People are assholes. I'm just saying that. People are assholes. There are so many people who need things, and people are just hoarding for themselves instead of making sure that everybody has enough, and it just really makes me angry and sad for humanity. So yeah, we got what we needed, not excessive, and so we're good. We've got stuff to last for a while. We've got toilet paper, good on toilet paper. If anybody in the Grand Rapids area who's watching this needs toilet paper, let me know. I'm happy to share. But yeah, it's just been crazy, and so who knows what's going on. So I'm working from home for the foreseeable future. We are supposed to go to Florida to visit my aunt for spring break. We're supposed to leave on April 4th. As of right now, we're just kind of we're driving, we're not flying, but we're just kind of keeping an eye on it, and we'll make a judgment call if we should go or not. The area where she lives, there's a lot of older people, so that concerns me. Like, I'm not worried about me or Kelly or the kids getting it because we'd be fine. It's just, you know, that whole giving it to somebody who might not be fine, and I would feel horrible if I accidentally did that. So yeah, so there's that. And then on top of that, I had amazing news this week at work, actually on Thursday as well, that my wish has come true. And, excuse me, and I am going to be able to move back to my old department and continue on with my original career plan that I had before our whole op model change last year. So I am incredibly excited about that. I am going to be working for a person who I have a lot of respect for, who has a lot of knowledge about things, who is an incredible leader, and yeah, it'll be really good. We just have to get through this COVID-19 thing, and then it'll be fine. But yeah, so there's that. So that's about it. Everything's crazy. Everything feels chaotic and unbalanced and a little bit scary. Like, logically in my brain, I know everything's going to be fine, but I'm worried about our economy. I'm worried about all these things that are closing. It's scary to see your governor close every school in the state. You worry about the children whose parents don't have the means to go out and buy extra groceries like we did, and who might be going hungry during this time. And it's, you know, it's just scary and it feels kind of gross. But we're going to get through it. It's going to be fine. I'm going to get a lot of stitching done over the next couple weeks, I have a feeling. And today we decided, Cash has been at his mom's house for a little while, so that's good that he's there. He's helping her with his baby sister. And Ezra's here with us, and I think the three of us are going a little bit stir crazy. So we are going to go over to Lake Michigan today. We should be able to do that without having much contact with other people, and we can have the lake in our lives, because I really need that for that helps bring balance into my life to have Lake Michigan there. So yeah, so we're going to do that, and then I am going to finish up Suffrage Act later today. So on that note, I am going to end this. I hope everybody stays healthy, make smart decisions, wash your hands. 20 seconds. Say the ABCs and wash your hands. And I am going to say have a great week, get a lot of stitching done, and keep it fresh. Love you guys.